Welcome to the first broadcast of The Anchormen, a Pella High Publications podcast. I'm Colin Jones, co-hosting today's podcast with Kenny DuPre.
In today's show, we touch base with the winter sports programs, featuring an interview with head boys basketball coach Mark Core.
We then explore what's happening in the music department and sit down with band director Ben Thompson.
Our feature story today is musician Quay Shouts, including a sound of his new album and his latest updates. The last story will be my segment, A Dose of DuPre.
Let's go ahead and get started with our sports coverage.
So far this season, the Pella High boys are 10-5 overall and 5-3 in the conference.
Despite pressure and reliance on a younger and less experienced squad, the boys have been playing some very competitive ball this year, featuring tough defense. The team consists of several underclassmen. We asked Coach Core his feelings on having a young team this year.
I guess I would like to begin by saying that one of the things that our team has decided is that we're going to quit referring to ourselves as being a young team, and that we're 9 games into the season now. We're past the Christmas vacation, and even though we do have quite a few underclassmen who are playing, I think we need to stop thinking of ourselves as being young. We are the team that we are. We're the varsity team, and we're going to have to just go out and compete the very best we can against everybody on our schedule. And we don't want to use our relative youth and inexperience as any kind of excuse or crutch in the process of getting better. Now, the other thing I guess I just wanted to mention, and we were discussing this before our interview began, and that is that sometimes when you're in the middle of the process, it's hard to see the big picture, in that as a coach, you focus on, it might be defensive breakdowns, it might be offensive lapses, but one way or another, you're looking at all the minor little parts that go into the whole. But at the same time, I think it's good to sit back and reflect on, okay, what are the big picture things that are happening? And one thing that I think is very positive is that we have a number of guys, different guys who've stepped up and had big games for us, who've shown the ability to make plays. Last night in the Knoxville game, the guy that kind of had a breakout was Garrett Jansen. I forget his exact statistics, but he had a really nice night for us. And I think we're getting to the point now where we have a number of guys who've now shown demonstrated ability to perform in varsity competition. And now and eventually it will happen when we get everybody playing at that high level and everybody's on the same page, I think we've got a chance to be very good.
Thank you very much, Coach.
You bet.
So far this season, the girls' varsity basketball squad is 4-7. Although off to a shaky start, the girls have really put a good team together, and they've been finishing very strong, recently winning a couple games in the fourth quarter. I asked senior captain Allie DeMolinaire her thoughts on what would help them the most to continue to improve. She replied by saying, "To help us improve the most would be working on our ball handling and passing so we have less turnovers." She also noted that they just need to continue working hard and practice like they have been, and good things will continue to happen.
I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I went to my first wrestling meet. I'm a high school senior. That was the first wrestling meet I'd actually ever been to. And as I was sitting there watching, I was just kind of in awe about how great a shape these kids had to be in. And they're just going at each other on the mat, and you realized how big of a challenge it actually was. There's great athletes in a lot of towns, and you're just kind of one-on-one out there. And it reminded me of some stories I'd heard from talking to seniors Dylan DeYoung and Houston Knockaborn about wrestling practice. And Coach Azinger and Coach Birch push and challenge these guys so much that they said it's not uncommon to lose a couple pounds of weight during a practice just from sweating so much. And you really gain a lot of respect from hearing those stories and watching the meet. I was kind of disappointed myself if I hadn't gone to more meets, so
If you follow wrestling, keep an eye on Chase Petty and Levi Azinger. I've been told they have a pretty darn good chance of going to state this year.
And now for some music news.
Pella High music programs are spreading the holiday cheer. The high school choirs had a performance on Monday, December 10th. The concert choir performed Welcome Yule, Winter Bring Me Home, and In Sparkle Jolly Twinkle Jingly. The select choir performed Deck the Hall, The 12 Days of Christmas, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and Red Red Rose. The combination of choirs sang the Hallelujah Chorus, I Hear the Bells on Christmas Day, and Christmas Baby. we asked senior Tim So his feelings about the concert.
Christmas choir concert was very good. My favorite part was when around 200 people came up to the stage and sang the Hallelujah chorus. I thought it was just really cool.
The Pella High Madrigal Singers took a trip to the Mall of America in Minneapolis on December 15th. They performed All Is Well, Lo, How a Rose, and Run to the Manger, among others. Here's a part of their song, All Is Well. The Pella High show choirs are also starting up. You can see the Dutch Divas and a cappella at Ella Center Grimes on January 19th. The Pella High Band are also in full swing. The Symphonic and Concert Bands had their winter concert on December 11th. Jason Penico directs the Symphonic Band, and Ben Thompson directs the Concert Band. The Pella High Jazz 1 has started up their season as well. Jazz 1 received first place at the Iowa Jazz Championships last year. They recently had concerts on December 8th in Norwalk and January 12th at the State Jazz Band concert in Pella. I took time to sit down with Ben Thompson, the Jazz 1 director, to talk about the band's performance at Norwalk.
Jazz 1 played really, really well. I think that we hold ourselves to a different set of standards than the rest of the state's jazz bands do, and that's because of tradition and history. And, by the state standards, we played very, very well. By our standards, we had some intonation problems, we had some note length issues. Some of our soloists got kind of confused as to where they were in the chords, but they found their way back. It wasn't as sharp as it could be, but it was our first contest, and we definitely had room to grow and reasons to rehearse 3 times a week.
And then on top of that, what are your expectations for the rest of the season?
My expectations for Jazz 1 are the same as they are for any of the groups. We have to keep getting better every time we play, understand the style more, know more about jazz, the history of jazz, why we play jazz, to continue to have fun, and to continue to get better as a group and as individuals.
Our feature story today is musician Quay Schaus. Kenny sat down with Quay to talk about his future in music and his career right now.
Quay, welcome to Anchormen. This is good to have you here.
Thank you.
If you just start off and give us some background about yourself and tell us about your music.
All right. Well, my name is Quay Schaus, and I've been playing guitar for about 5 years now, but I also play other instruments like piano, bass, keyboard, and harmonica, and I also sing. And up until it was last summer, I started writing songs, and I just released an album called Please Stay with 11 songs on it, ranging from alternative to blues rock, and with some acoustic stuff thrown in there. It's pretty cool. But my stage name is Quay Thomas, and you guys can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and I'm trying to get some YouTube videos up right now, but that'll be released soon. Right now, I have formed together a band from other Pella High School seniors. Tanner Taylor's the drummer, Sean Miller is the bass player, and Ryan Seatstra is the rhythm guitarist. And we've been playing a lot and practicing a lot, and it's been a lot of fun.
Sweet. Now, Quay, I understand just this past weekend, you played a gig in Fairfield. Would you tell us about that?
Yeah. January 4th, it was a Friday, we opened up for Samantha Fish, who's an international blues artist, at the Southeast Iowa Blues Society event. It was at the Fairfield Arts and Convention Center.
Sweet. I also understand that you are senior, but you graduated that semester. And just curious, what are you going to do with your time this semester now that you're not at school, and what are maybe your future plans for next year or college, or you're going to continue to pursue music? What are you thinking?
Well, right now, with a lot of my time that I've been doing, I've been writing some more songs to get another album out. My goal is to get one more album out by summer, but I'm also dealing with a lot of marketing and financing, dealing with the album and my music, and it's kind of become a business, a full-time business.
Sweet. Quay, I noticed off your Facebook page that you're doing a lot with social media, and I know you have a website now, and you post to Facebook a lot. So I recently read that you had updated your website and that you're trying to get your album online. Would you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, for the past week I've been dealing with a lot of different social media and different forms. I've got a designated email contact, Twitter, Facebook. I've also got a YouTube channel that I'm trying to get more videos on, and then a Facebook page. And I've been trying to keep it fresh and keep it interesting so people can keep coming back, and even just taking the time to read a post, that's kind of my goal. And I just got up a little app on Facebook called the Music Store, where people can listen to the album right off of Facebook, and if you wanted to, you can even buy it right off of Facebook. But it's also on iTunes, and it should be up on Rhapsody at some time, and it should be up on Amazon as well.
Awesome. Definitely worth checking out. Quay, you just had a big show. Is there anything in your future shows that students, family, the community around Pella High can go see that is maybe more local? Do you have any future gigs?
Yes. Actually, it'll be January 18th, which is a Friday, at the Sports Page Bar and Grill. It'll be me and the band, and we'll be playing from about 9 to 11. So if you guys wanted to come out and enjoy the food and the tunes, that'd be awesome.
Sweet. And is that music from your album, cover songs, a little bit of both?
We're going to do a little bit of both to fill in the time span. It'll be a lot of fun.
Cool. Hope to see you there. So, Quay, obviously you're starting into some success with your music, and I can tell you're very passionate about it. What are some of your ideas or hopes for possible further education or continuing with the band? What are you looking forward to?
This summer, I have applied for a summer tuition in Boston at the Berklee College of Music that I will be going to from May to August, and it's actually a full semester of college at the Berklee College of Music, and I'm going there for multiple reasons. Well, the biggest reason for me is just the amount of resources that surrounds that college. I mean, you're surrounded by other talented musicians that you'll feed off of, and it'll just improve you, and then you'll be learning new stuff with the market industry, and then with writing songs, everything about music, and then the resources of like record labels and performance opportunities that are just in that area are just phenomenal. And so I really like to go there. I'm hoping that I get a letter soon of acceptance, or not acceptance, but we'll find out. And but then after that, I really want to pursue my music career, and whether that's going to college and trying to perform as much as I can, or just performing. My goal, I want to be a full-time musician, and I want to perform as many times as I can, whether that's 200 plus gigs a year, or even a gig a week. That'd be fantastic, but those are my goals.
Yeah, great. And is this something that you're hoping to do locally or in the Midwest, or that school's in, what city is that school in again?
Boston.
Boston, okay. So is there a particular region you'd really love to branch out to?
I think Boston will have a lot of resources for me, but I would eventually, I want to widen my boundaries to hopefully international eventually. I'd like it to get there, but I think everywhere is a great place, and I'd like to, if I could play everywhere, I would.
All right, great. Well, Quay, thank you so much for coming in. I know you're not in school, but thanks for spending time with the Pella Publications, Pella Media here. It's awesome having you in for an interview.
Well, thank you. It's fun to be here.
You guys check out his music, guys. It's awesome stuff. He's got a blues album out. Name of the album is Please Stay. He's got 11 songs on here. You can connect with Quay via Facebook and his website, and Pella Publications will keep you up to date on his latest gigs.
Well, that's all we've got for you right now. For Kenny DuPre, I'm Colin Jones. Thank you for listening.